Hey everybody, welcome back to my kitchen. Today we are making a chocolatey, fudgy, chocolate lovers pound cake. So you have really got to love chocolate to make this recipe, because it's like chocolate on chocolate, and can you give me a little bit more chocolate? Okay, so some of you have seen, a lot of you should have already seen, quite some time ago I did that little chocolate lava microwave cake that you do in the Bundt pan from Pampered Chef, and you put it in the microwave. Okay, you actually put the chocolate frosting in, dump the cake batter in, and you put it all in the microwave. Well, I'm trying to kind of duplicate that. I love chocolatey fudgy stuff, like my husband loves gravy. Like if I have a chocolate cake and it has some fudge on it, give me the extra fudge. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to duplicate today. So yeah, we gonna do this together. I've never done this cake before, so we're gonna do it together. And I have my ingredients here. This is what I've come up with. Okay, so I just want to share with you the ingredients that I'm going to use to try to pull off this chocolatey goodness that I'm trying to create. Okay, but we're going to bake it in the oven and no microwave today. So we're starting off with 3 cups of Swans down cake flour. And to that, I'm adding 1 3.9 ounce box of this chocolate fudge Jello pudding. And then we're using 1 teaspoon of baking powder. So I have the baking powder, the fudge, oh, and one more thing. I have 1 1/4 cups of unsweetened Hershey's cocoa. So the cocoa, the Jello pudding, and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. These 3 ingredients have already been added to the 3 cups of cake flour. So I have sifted all of that together. A whole bunch of dry ingredients right here, okay? That's what's in here. And then I'll also be using a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. We have 3 cups of sugar. I have 6 large eggs that are room temperature. Then I have 3 sticks of softened, unsalted butter, and they're also room temperature. And then we have 1 1/4 cup of Coffee Mates Cafe Mocha, okay? And this is room temperature. And then to that, I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of black coffee. No, I'm sorry, this is a 1/4 cup of black coffee. Is that what I put? Yes, okay. So then we have a 1/4 cup of black coffee. And then I also have this tub of Hershey's milk chocolate frosting. We're going to drop that inside the batter before we bake. Ooh, I cannot wait. Then I'm going to be using 1 tablespoon of pure vanilla extract, okay? And once we get all this yummy goodness baked, we're going to do a chocolate ganache. Like I said, honey, chocolate lovers, here you go, all right? So let's start getting all of this chocolate yummy goodness mixed up. I think I have everything. If by chance I've forgotten something, the ingredients will be in the description box below, but I think I got everything. Now, if you know me, you know that I've already thoroughly washed my hands. don't be in the kitchen with nasty hands, because that's just nasty. I'm starting by adding my 3 sticks of unsalted butter. Into my butter, I'm also going to add my ½ teaspoon of salt. Which is here. And then I'm also going to add my tablespoon of vanilla flavoring. And I'm mixing the vanilla flavoring in the very beginning of this process as I'm mixing up the butter. And then that way, this flavoring will have been mixed throughout the entire mixing process of this cake, and not just at the end. Alright, so I'm going to start by mixing this butter, kind of creaming it by itself for about 3 or 4 minutes. And then once I've done that, I'm going to slowly start adding my sugar. And then we're going to cream this butter and sugar for at least another 7-8 minutes. This process will take me at least about 10 minutes, okay? I will stop during the process and scrape down my bowl. Make sure you do that if you don't have a scraper that takes it off the side of your bowl, because once that butter and sugar gets slung up against the side of the bowl, it's not getting creamed, okay? So I'll probably stop at least twice and scrape my bowl down. And this is another process. During this process, you do not want to skimp, okay? You want your butter and sugar to be light and fluffy. Now when we come back, I'm going to stop and I'm going to show you what light and fluffy should look like. But you can't rush this process. I actually set a timer. Okay, you don't want to hear those sugar crystals mixing in the bottom of your bowl. So you cannot rush. This is really the longest process, other than the baking, the longest process of mixing up your cake. Okay, so if you don't do this part right, it can affect the outcome of your cake. It can fall, it can be dense. You know, that's not what we want. Okay, so we're going to do this for about 10 minutes. Cream the butter by itself for about 3 minutes, 3 or 4 minutes. And then we're going to slowly add this sugar and cream some more. So again, about 10 minutes total. And then I'll stop and come back and we'll talk some more. Alright, this is what we mean when we say light and fluffy. Do you notice, look, this is a stick of butter. So can you notice how the color has lightened up a little bit with the light and fluffy? Okay, so that's exactly what you want. You will notice that the butter color actually gets a little lighter. It's that really pale yellow look. So now that we've creamed our butter and sugar, it's time to start adding our eggs one at a time. Now once I add the eggs, I mix just a few seconds until that yolk disappears. And sometimes it's not totally disappeared, so You don't want to over mix here. You just want to mix just enough to see that yolk disappear. And sometimes when I'm pouring, I'm trying to pour 1 egg. Sometimes 2 will fall in. That's okay. You'll just know that you need to mix it a few minutes longer, a few seconds longer, not minutes, a few seconds longer, because you've had 2 eggs to fall in as opposed to 1. So once we add our eggs, then we're going to start adding our dry and wet ingredients, and we're going to alternate. So we're going to start with our dry, and we want to end with our dry ingredients, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to go on and add to this 1 1/4 cup of milk. I'm going to go on and add the coffee. And then that way we can just do everything at one time, okay? And I won't be trying to go back and forth between coffee and the coffee creamer. All right? So again, we're starting with dry. We're going to end with the dry. Alternate back and forth. You do not want to overmix during this process. That can also cause your cake to fall, be dense, all of that terrible stuff, okay? So just be mindful of that. This process here does not take as long as it took creaming this butter and sugar. Doesn't take long at all. And then once we get that done, we're going to be ready to pour this cake so we can bake it. Is that everything? Why do I feel like I'm forgetting something? Okay, maybe I'm not. So we're adding eggs, alternate dry, wet, ending with dry. I'm not going to show you that whole back and forth process. You'll see me add the eggs, add the flour or the mixture, and then you'll see me add a little bit of the milk. And then from there, you're going to see me add that last little bit of flour. All right. All right. This is a pretty chocolatey, fudgy batter. Look at this, you guys. Ooh, look at that. Isn't that pretty? Chocolatey, fudgy. Ooh-wee. So now I'm just going to make sure that I have everything mixed up. Make sure I run my spatula around the bottom sides of it. Okay. Alright, and I received several messages from you all asking what kind of Nordic Ware cake pan I have, because you've never seen one that is white on the inside. This is my Nordic Ware. I've thoroughly sprayed it with Baker's Joy. That's why it looks white on the inside, okay? Because it's sprayed already. But this is what it looks like before I spray it. So it's not white on the inside. It's the that silver color. But again, it turns white before I it turns white after I spray it. Okay. Now what I'm getting ready to do is totally not necessary. I really enjoyed that crunch that I got from that sugar when I did the Louisiana crunch. So I just want to add, this is about a 1/4 cup of sugar. I just want to add it to the inside of my chocolate lovers cake too. I just really enjoyed that crunch it gave it. It reminded me of, I used to eat some chocolate cookies when I was a little girl that had the little sugar crystals on the top of it, and they were so chocolatey. So you guys, this is just taking me back to my childhood, that's all. But when I tell you this step is totally not necessary, as usual, I am doing the most. So you can omit this part, but that's what I want to do for my chocolate cake. Okay, that's that nice little crunchiness. Okay, now when you start filling your pan, this is another thick batter, you guys, so I can't pour. But when you start filling your pan, you want to be very careful not to hit the sides of your pan, and don't hit the tube with your spatula, okay? So don't hit the sides and don't hit the tube, because you're going to disturb the baker's joy. Alright? So I'm going to add about half of this batter. While I'm adding it, I meant to pop this. This is thick, okay? I need to get it melted down some. So I'm going to pop it in the microwave. Right now, that's just 10 seconds. And then I'll see how much longer I need to add to that. Okay? Because I need it loose. And right now it's too thick. When I do the microwave cake, that chocolate lava, you know, when you dump it, all of the chocolate just oozes out. I don't know what this is going to do. I do not know. Whew. Y'all, this bowl is heavy. Okay, so I don't know what it's going to do, but that's why the other one is called the chocolate lava, because it just oozes out when you flip it over. Okay, no. That was 15 seconds I added. I think I added 15 seconds. Okay. Let's see what we're looking like. Okay, I'm going to pop it in for a few more seconds because I want it a little more pourable. Okay. Still not giving me exactly what I think I'm going to need. Told you. Another adventure. Alright, let's check it now. Okay, that's better. It's kind of giving me what I think I need. Alright. We're just going to pour some around in here. And you guys, I'm hoping this is going to be kind of, let me pull it back from the tube a little bit. I'm hoping it's going to be, you know, kind of chewy and gooey and chocolatey. Y'all know what I mean? some more batter. And I hate cutting this part because I want you guys to see everything I'm doing, okay? If I edit this part out, then you're going to miss something. You know, I'll be trying to figure out, okay, exactly, Miss Donna, how you do this, how you do that. So I've been trying to show y'all. Again, I try not to make my videos too long, but y'all know I love to experiment. And this is what I get myself into, okay? When I tell you for the chocolate lover, honey, listen. My Lord, have mercy. That day is all right. Okay. Now we're adding the rest of the batter. You guys notice I'm still being careful not to disturb the sides of the pan nor the tube. Okay? Okay. So now we're going to take some more chocolate. Okay. And I have used, I guess, at least about 3/4 of this tub. Okay. So now we're just going to smooth it out. Still being careful not to hit the sides of the fan or the tube. Okay. Like I say, I hope it's chocolatey and fudgy. So we're shaking, trying to get it level. Hitting the bottom 4 to release the air bubbles. Okay. Now we're going in 325. I'm going to set my timer for 1 hour and 15 minutes. And I'll check it. I'm sure I'll probably need more time than that, but at least it'll be safe to check it during that time. Okay, we have baked 1 hour and 25 minutes. We are looking a little ooey gooey. You can see where the gooiness of the icing is. So we're gonna let this cool. I think I want to let it cool about 15 minutes, okay? Before I flip it, I need that icing to kind of settle down a little bit before I flip it. Like I said, I do want it kind of ooey and gooey, you know, and chocolatey. So we're going to let that kind of simmer down a little bit and let it cool a little bit longer than I normally do, because I'm hoping all of that icing just doesn't run out like it does in the lava cake, okay? Maybe a little bit can kind of ooze out, but I don't want to lose all of my icing. So right now I'm gonna let it cool for about 15 minutes. If I decide I want to let it cool a little bit longer than that, then I'll let you know that too. So you guys, I didn't cool 20 minutes. I cooled an entire hour. I have never cooled a cake this long, but I knew had I flipped it then, it would have just been too soon. I don't know what it's going to look like right now, but I heard the thump, so it did release. I guess I need to lift it, huh? I'm nervous. Ooh, yes. Mm, mm. Look, y'all. Look at that. Can't wait, man. Y'all look at that ooey goodness that's trying to ooze out the side. And over here, look, y'all. Wait a minute, let me show y'all how it's looking down in the middle too. But before I do that, okay, so this is how it released out of the pan. So we did good. Again, I've never let, it's a little bit right here. I've never let a cake cool that long, but with that icing that was oozing, if I had flipped the cake then, I really believe it would have just fell apart, okay? But y'all look at the inside of this, how it looks kind of ooey and gooey too down in that hole. So I'm gonna let it continue to cool. As usual, I'm in no hurry, and before I slice it, it definitely needs to be totally cool. So I'll probably let it cool a little bit longer, then we'll do the glaze. And I want it totally cool before I slice it, okay? So I'll let it cool maybe about another 30 minutes or so, and then we'll put the glaze on. Okay, I have 2/3 cups of heavy whipping cream, and I've put it in my pot, and it's just started to simmer, okay? I'm gonna take it. I have 1 cup of my chocolate semi-sweet chips. I'm gonna pour it over my chocolate, okay? Now we're gonna let this sit for a few minutes, and then we're gonna stir it up, and we will have our ganache, our chocolate ganache. In the meantime, I'm also going to add a little bit of vanilla, pure vanilla. And once it cools down a little bit more, I'm going to add about a tablespoon of this corn syrup that's going to give it that glossiness, okay? So we're going to let this sit for a few more minutes, about 3 or 4 minutes. Then we're going to stir it and glaze the cake, or put the ganache on the cake. All right, I added my corn syrup to my chocolate ganache, and now we are just gonna glaze. Chocolate, chocolate, and more chocolate. I mean, you've got to know that you love chocolate for this one right here. Chocolate pound cake. Chocolate fudge pound cake with a chocolate ganache and all that extra fudgy chocolate goodness that's down in that hole. You can't be no play chocolate lover. You got to know that you know that you know you love you some chocolate for this one right here. If you don't love chocolate, you might better leave this one alone, because you ain't ready. You did what? On what? It's just time. On what, eh?
There's stuff here. What's this one?
This one.
What's the name of this?
It's for chocolate lovers.
Chocolate Lovers Delight.
Ain't nobody said nothing about no chocolate lovers delight. I just said it's for chocolate lovers. So you're not gonna want, you're not a chocolate lover.
I love chocolate.
Not like that. But since you greedy, you're gonna want to taste it.
I want to try to. I want to see. I don't love the chocolate that I love.
I bet you do. And it's like supposed to be like chocolatey and fudgy.
I like chocolate and fudgy.
You like chocolatey and fudgy. Is that what you said? And I put that crust on the top of it that makes it.
That's a lot of chocolate.
Ooh, yes, sir. Ooh, yes, sir. Listen.
I stopped eating chocolate.
You did. Ooh, wee. Well, I didn't.
I stopped. I'm not going to eat nothing.
Y'all look. Wait a minute.
I stopped.
So y'all won't be. I just licked my fingers. Let me wash my hands again. Since I'm getting ready to touch the cake. Ooh wee.
You licked your finger. And you finna wash your hands.
Yeah.
Before you eat your.
Well, I'm gonna have to slice another piece of cake, and I know I'll probably touch the cake. So I wonder. What? Look, y'all. Look at this slice. I'm trying to hold it with the knife so it won't. Y'all. Oh my goodness. Look at that chocolatey, fudgy goodness.
Calm down and come back.
Well, see, I love chocolate. I need to go get my vanilla ice cream. Since you're not the chocolate lover.
Let me taste it. I'm gonna taste the chocolate that I don't love. Okay. Oh, it's cut like a brownie.
I know.
Do it.
Oh, wait. Let me eat this corner right here now.
Why you always grab the big chunky end of everything? Oh, it tastes like a brownie.
Y'all, that's my dance.
Okay, I'll start eating chocolate again.
Oh my goodness.
It tastes like a brownie, a big brownie.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Girl, you gotta calm down.
Let me go get my vanilla ice cream. Look, y'all. If you don't like chocolate, honey, this ain't the one for you. I'm just telling you.
If you like chocolate, this is the one for you.
You looking up? Ooh, that's chocolatey. Ooh. Why'd you rub in your head?
It's good.
It's good. Oh my goodness. Wait, I'm trying to keep it from falling over.
It really tastes like a big brownie.
Oh, y'all, that's so good and chocolatey. That's so good and chocolatey. Y'all can see with some of the chocolate kind of oozing out.
I'm really not a chocolate eater, but
Oh my goodness.
I'm good. It's like a big chocolate brownie.
Y'all look at this part right here again. I just want y'all to see that fudgy goodness. Oh, open your mouth. Open wide. Open your mouth. Ooh. That's your rice, baby. Ooh, y'all, listen. Again, if you're not a chocolate lover, honey. Why is your mouth open?
You said open your mouth.
What you talking about?
You said open your mouth.
I was talking to them. Y'all. Oh, I let it cool. Did I tell y'all? I think I did. That I let it cool a whole hour before I flipped it.
What's the name of it?
And then, just now, it's been cooling. It's been at least about 5 hours. I wanted to wait to cut it. So, it's a, let me see, let's make up a name. Chocolate fudge pound cake. Something like that. Chocolate lovers.
Chewy. Chocolate chewy. I don't know.
You need some vanilla ice cream. And can you taste the crunchiness of the outside of the cake from I put like the sugar crystals on the inside.
I don't know, chunky chocolate.
On the pan before I baked it.
I come good.
So you like chocolate again now?
I like
And I kind of taste little crunchiness of the sugar crystal.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean.
Is the little
that brownie is almost like that brownie. When you have a brownie and the top of the brownie.
Kind of like a brownie cookie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I meant. So my thing is, why you keep dancing?
You know, I'm a chocolate lover.
Me too.
Me no chocolate lover.
Chunky chocolate.
You don't have to tell me you don't want all this chocolate. You ain't got to tell me that if you're not a chocolate lover. But for the chocolate lovers, I'm going to need y'all to sound off. Chocolate lovers, I'm going to need y'all to sound off. Woo! In the comments.
Let me tell you one thing. But I'm still doing better.
Got me dancing. We're not going to talk about that.
I'm doing so much better.
We're not talking about that. Look, all you can say is,
It tastes like, it really tastes like a brown.
Well, you guys, that was another experiment. I appreciate y'all so much for just obliging me and all my experiments.
That has to go with ice cream.
It has to go.
No, really, it has to go with ice cream.
I my ice cream in here from the freezer out of the garage before I cut it, but I forgot. But listen. And then, now this is what you heat up for a few seconds. Baby, you're always talking about heating up cake, y'all. This is so... Okay. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate you all. Let me see. What was I going to say about the tips? Definitely let it cool before you flip it, because if not, it's going to fall apart. Okay. Oh, and I did not add. I had just a little bit of this. This is what I put on the inside. I had a little bit of this left. I did not put it in the glaze. I just decided not to. So we'll put this in the refrigerator.
And another tip is, please don't eat it by yourself, or else you'll be just greedy. So don't eat it by yourself. You have to share it. You call them greedy, Donna. Why I can't call them greedy?
From somebody who don't be wanting to share. Anywho, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you've not already done so. And when you subscribe, turn on that notification bell. Hit that bell. So that way you've been notified whenever he over here acting like this.
Hit the nosy!
When you hit the bell, it shakes. And that's the shake something. Shake something. Shake something. Shake something. Okay?
Shake, 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 shake.
We already look forward to you joining us again next time. Bye.